I guess now is any time. It's best of time to start. So, I was going through the nostalgia bin and kind of came with the idea, even though it's been done, well, quite a lot. I'm sure there's going to be a million videos out there just like this, but I figured I'd at least start a sort of a kind of guide for Dark Souls 1 if anyone, is new to it. Just kind of at least how I do it. Just kind of start off. I go Pyromancer because that gives me the fireballs, which are very good for the beginning of the game. And then for my gift, definitely pick the Master Key, and you'll find out why soon. It is a godsend, and it helps you so much for what's considered one of like the worst areas in the game. And then we're gonna go with the quality build. So it's essentially it's a crude quality build that I'll use, but have about like 33 health or vitality, 19 attunement, about 28 endurance, 30 something strength, 30 something dexterity, 19 resistance maybe, and then like 30 faith, just so I can use some miracles. Main thing, I want to be able to use the sunlight miracle that you'll get later, have a higher endurance so that I can hold better armor, including the Howl armor, and so I can also use the best shield, which is what you'll want if you decide to do this build. This shield that I'll get later on is going to be the best thing you ever had. Because unfortunately in this game, or at least with my skills in this game, which either are good or bad, you decide, but it's much better to block things in this game than any other Souls game, so you definitely aren't going to want that shield. But, so anyways, I go over it. Pyromancer. For the gift, pick a Master Key. Make it easier on yourself. And yeah, let's get started.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog.
Watch this cutscene.
A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito,
Easiest boss in the game.
the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights.
Some annoying enemies in the game.
And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bullets peeled apart their stone skins. The witches breathed great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath, the scales, betrayed his own, and the dragons.
This guy played through 100%.
But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Here we go.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
There's our boy Oscar. It's a good lad. As I mentioned before, this is just a guide. This isn't a 100% playthrough. I do not want to go and work on a platinum to try to get every single weapon and all that. Maybe someday I'll do a guide on every item and everything like that, but not today. Not today. It's not worth it. Main thing is this is just going to be helpful for getting through areas and easier ways to get through some of these areas too. I just have to try to remember to actually explain this. So we're going to walk through this door. And immediately sprint left. There's the big boys right there. Bonfire. Keep running. Now this guy's gonna be throwing arrows at you. Oh, okay, that's awesome. Great way to start this. Get hit by the slowest moving arrow ever. And another one down. Okay. That guy looks familiar. This, roll out the way quickly. That guy threw a boulder down. You gotta go through the hole that guy just made with that boulder. You gotta talk to Oscar.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
You're gonna want to hear him out.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite. Oh, and now I must be. I would hate to harm you after death. And thank you.
There you go. You are all set except for one more item that's up here. That's going to be your pyromancy flame right here. Okay. Cool. That guy does shoot arrows. Be mindful of that. Now, if you're playing this on PS4, it's probably, or actually, probably any game. The run button, quickly let go and press it again, that does a jump. You're gonna need to know that for later on. There will be somewhere along the lines, maybe like these little markings on the ground, kind of give you the tutorial examples of how to do things, but just so you know as well, that's how you jump. You're gonna need to know that. Alright, now for the easy... Okay, now this is the easiest boss. Nito, the guy who's the dead guy, he's a strong one, but... Yeah, you just jump down on him, and that's all you need to do. Get him, like, what, like, close to half of his health gone. Use the fireballs, do some massive damage. That is your first boss. All you have to do is really land on his head. Oh yeah, and when you do jump down, make sure you press the main attack button, the light attack, so you fall down and actually hit him and you don't just fall to your death, pretty much. Open this and we're going to see a new friend. By the by, you don't have many friends in this game, so keep that in mind. Is a lonely path.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
Big Burg. Here where the game
leave the
really
Undead
starts.
Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Okay, so this is basically the hub of the area. It's the main area. Let's get started. First, I'm gonna grab this item because I believe it's 3 humanities. And I'm going to use one of them. Yeah, humanities are very important in this game. They can reverse hollowing. more importantly, use them for kindling. And kindling is basically going to each and every bonfire, kindle it once, and it adds a charge, adds 5 charges to your flask if you rest there. So say right now I'm at 10. The next bonfire I'm gonna hit is only gonna give me 5 Estus flask if I die and respawn. But if I kindle it, it becomes 10 too. I'll show it more later when I get the chance. That's kind of basic explanation of kindling. This guy, he doesn't really give much important advice, just tells you to ring bells, which we'll be showing. Okay, that guy's not there yet. I'm gonna go ahead, run to this guy, and we're gonna join his covenant.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Tharaland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible. Hello, but I all hear no.
Now I'm just gonna speak through what he talks about.
Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well. Then first.
Join this covenant, and this gives us one of the trophies, blah blah blah.
Now, only there.
Art of gesture. Get items. That's not really useful. Heal can be useful, especially if you're increasing your miracles. That's about it for my purposes. Not very important. I'll get the talisman later because I don't need it. Okay, so as you play the game, and if you are familiar with quest lines, you'll be able to see more people here when you either save them or meet them. But we've got 3 options to go. We can go down here, which would not be suggested. We go through here, and that will take you to 2 different areas. We're not doing that yet. Not that good yet. This is your Firekeeper. She's in charge of the bonfire here. If he dies, then this bonfire is gone. And you won't be able to teleport to it or rest at it. Or no, you still should be able to teleport to it. The second area is over here. And that'll lead you to the catacombs. Again, we're not going for that. That is not going to be a fun time, especially since we don't have the item that we need. So we're going to go the main way, the easy way, after we level up, which is at any bonfire you visit. Okay, put 1 in vitality, 1 in strength, 1 in endurance. I should go down the board. Alright, let's set off. This guy up ahead or above us is throwing fire bombs. I don't know if I can get the parry. Yeah, I can't get the parry right. They're anything but the slow ones. Be sure not to do too many attacks, because you will get sent off. Okay. Now, in terms of pyromancy, unlike Dark Souls 3, the reason why I pick it in this game is because it does not scale with anything. The only scaling is the casting time, which increases with dexterity, which is also why I go through a quality build. Humanity, gonna need that. Keep in mind when you heal, you do stand still. It's not like other games, so be careful with your spacing. Now, the other important thing about having your humanity is that it allows you to summon people, which, depending on where you're playing this, might be more common or not so common, but there are NPCs that will put their summon signs down next to bosses, so better to have to be not hollow. Gonna be a guy that came from the left. Take him out. Just enter this fog wall. And we're already making progress. There's a dragon. We'll take care of him much later. I don't really care to take care of him right now. Just gonna run past these guys. Send that guy flying, corpse loose, take this guy out. And then here's your first bonfire. Go ahead and light that sucker. So as mentioned before, if I were to rest here, rather than getting 10 charges, the max I'll get is 5. So what I'm going to do is use another humanity, then rest at the bonfire again and kindle it. But every time you rest, if you're familiar with Souls games, enemies reappear. Oh. Not quite dead yet. Go, and I'm gonna go buy something. Now the spear guys, best thing to do is kick their shield, kick them when their shields are up. They'll break their guard. You always want to do that. By doing that, you just press forward and the standard attack button at the same time, and that'll do a kick animation. And we're gonna talk to this guy. Pretty good as a vendor. You need the item from him for later. Okay. Which is the residence key. We're gonna grab that. We'll grab these two later. These are important. Repair box and bottomless box. Bottomless box allows you to store a bunch of things. Repair box allows you to heal your weapons instead of having to go to blacksmith, which can become monotonous. Open this up. Equip a shield. Probably a lot better than what I got. Yeah, everything but magic. Okay, this area, I mean, by and large, not too bad, but it can be pretty tricky, so just be on your guard. We'll do things like that. There's another guy, yeah, bladed guy. There's some guys throwing bombs up top. Alright. Get back at it. this door. Short sword. Okay, and our first chest. Black fire bombs are useful. Go ahead and put that on. Okay. Let's see if this is better than. Apparently not. Okay. Governess wins this time. Okay. Yeah, I know it's an item, but I don't care to grab it. I'm gonna take a shortcut. So we can grab this chest item. Grab the gold pine resin. That is a very useful item, especially for dragons. Like lightning damage to your weapon, which dragons are weak against. The best thing is when these guys can bunch up together. You can hit them with splash damage. This guy will throw a barrel down. Make sure to get out of the way. And there we go. Okay, now, reason why we have the Master Key, one of the reasons. We can open up this sucker. This leads to a different area and leaves kind of more a shortcut to that area. I'm not going to go there just yet. I'll do that after I take care of this boss that's up here. But you do have to be mindful of on the NPCs down there, which is quite deadly and something I'm not going to tackle just yet. Here we go. Okay, immediately we're going to climb up here. We're going to take out these crossbow guys. Yeah, that's pretty annoying to deal with. Okay, once they're down, go ahead and just go back down. Hold down on the run button and they'll go down faster. And there's a boss. Immediately just run back up here. Fire. Well, I'm out. Now he does get a lot of knockback damage. It's not that hard. Just take your time. Don't go next to the edge, though. He can knock you off. Perfect time. first boss down. Yeah, just be patient. And still roll, especially at this stage. Still should be lined up to roll and get out of the way. Otherwise, just keep your shield up. Especially if you're new, just rely on the shield. Especially if you can get one of those hollow shields that the armored enemies drop. That's gonna be really good. So, get some souls, we can go level up or buy those items previously mentioned. And we're gonna go and meet one of the best characters in the game. Our good son, bro, Solaire.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this
I love the
lonely
volume
journey?
bit.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beasts. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
That we like this guy, and we're gonna do everything we can to protect him, even if it means crushing his dreams. But yeah, so that'll be it for this first episode. I'll be continuing to post more of these episodes, and we'll keep going. Or I'll start with one and get no views, and then just give up. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. But at any rate, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.